I still remember when the Jeep Compass was first launched in 2017. It literally took the market by storm and single-handedly upped Jeep's market share in the SUV segment. But eventually, that market share started shrinking and we saw the sales being impacted to an extent, and that probably because of one of few reasons, that Jeep Compass 4x2 was never available with an automatic transmission. Yes, 4x4 में आपको automatic मिलती थी, but finally Jeep has sorted that out. Now we have a 4x2 front wheel drive automatic Jeep Compass with us, and probably this is what many people need because they barely take the off-road route. Now we are going to drive this today and see how different it feels, but उसके पहले मैं आपको बता दूं that other than the 4x4 transfer case, nothing else has changed. It looks exactly the same, feels exactly the same on the inside, and has got all the bells and whistles as well. But let's see how different does this drive. I'm Shivam Parashar, you're watching Park Plus Your Car App. Do subscribe to the channel, do hit the bell icon to stay notified, and do head to the app for all the updates in the Indian car bazaar. चलिए शुरुआत करते हैं. So on the inside, the only difference you will see in the 4x2 Jeep Compass Automatic is कि आपको यहाँ पर 4x4 के जो controls है वो नहीं मिलेंगे. You just have one hold button on the central console and that's it. And other than that, the entire cabin remains absolutely the same. You don't see any other changes. That said, behind the wheel, it does feel a bit different. But उससे बात करने से पहले, let's have a look at the specifications. So it's the same 2-liter 4-cylinder multi-jet diesel engine, and it belts out 168 brake horsepower at 3,750 RPM and 350 Newton meters of peak torque from 1750 to 2500 RPM. So power figures में आपको difference देखने के लिए नहीं मिलता, and it comes with the same 9-speed torque converter automatic gearbox. Now fuel economy, वहाँ पर चीज़ें बदलती हैं because वहाँ पर there's been a slight improvement. So 16.1 kilometers per liter is what is claimed for the Jeep Compass diesel automatic 4x2. और यहाँ पर आपको वो difference basically इसलिए देखने के लिए मिलता है because the car is comparatively lighter. So the 4x4 transfer case that's gone now, उसकी weight reduce हो जाती है, and that's why you get to see that improvement in the fuel economy figures and also slightly in terms of performance. Now this one clocks triple digit speeds, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour run, that is within 12 seconds. So that is a respectable figure, and behind the wheel आपको बहुत ज़्यादा difference honestly drive करने में नहीं मिलता as far as you are driving on the road because the engine still feels responsive and peppy. Now जैसे Jeep Compass में हमने पहले देख रखा था, low end पे you still have those vibrations on the steering wheel, on the brake pedals, and it just feels a bit raw at lower speeds. Now when you are doing lower double digit speeds like below 60 kilometers per hour, वहाँ पर आपको थोड़ी बहुत refinement की issues लगती हैं, but things change for good when you speed up and when you go beyond 60-70 kilometers per hour speed mark, because that's when the Jeep Compass comes to its own. Refinement again gets better, so vibrations कम हो जाते हैं, it gets evened out, and the car feels smoother as well. Response from the engine, again the engine is quite torquey, so you have good reserve of power here at the low end, in the mid range, which is obviously progressive because the moment you press the throttle, you get a good surge of power from the engine. Now out on the highway, it feels quite reassuring when you're overtaking, when you're driving slightly in aggressive manner, because everything comes very easy. अगर आप normally भी cruise कर रहे हो, you have good fuel economy, and the car never feels underpowered. But it's when you really want to go out and have some fun with the car, it's when you really feel that power and you really tend to love the engine because the response is quite good. And then the gearbox, now it is quick enough but not as quick as some of the competition as you might feel, but still the response from the engine just when you press the throttle is satisfactory. It is quick to downshift and it's easy for you to just make that overtake. So yes, I think I'm not complaining there. As far as you're cruising on the highway, it feels very relaxed, very composed, very settled, and when you are speeding up as well, you have the performance you want. The only thing that might bother you a bit, as we have seen in the Jeep Compass 4x4 as well, because even that car is front wheel biased and this is completely front wheel drive, so टॉर्क स्टीयर आपको थोड़ी बहुत मिलती है. सो लेट्स से व्हेन यू आर क्रूजिंग एंड यू वांट टू rush in quickly is when you will feel a bit of that shudder on the steering wheel, but again that is not bothersome. It's just that you get to observe that. And now let's talk about the drivability aspect, so ride quality and handling part, and there it feels exactly the same as the regular Jeep Compass 4x4, which is only a good thing because the car again feels very composed, very pliant, and ride quality handling both have been strengths of the Jeep Compass, and so remains the case even with the 4x2 automatic. So let's say when I'm changing lanes or when I am cornering and I'm maintaining reasonable speed, the car feels composed, pliant and settled. And as far as I'm doing decent double digit speed like 70-75 kilometers per hour, I can carry the same speed around a bend or a corner, and I can be changing lanes at decent triple digit speeds around 100-105 kilometers per hour, and the car will feel very composed and very settled, and no one in the car will be unnerved whatsoever, which is a good thing because again it gives it good highway cruising and highway driving credentials. So again feels very settled and very much in control. As far as the steering feedback is concerned, so again at lower speeds in the city it does feel a bit cumbersome there, yes, a bit too heavy for my liking, but that thing really improves when you get on with the speed and on the highway because you have ample weight from the steering wheel. The feedback is decent, so yes, you have a good command on the nose of the car and it just behaves as per your steering inputs, so no complaints there as well. Just that at lower speeds it could be a bit lighter and that would have made city commute a bit more easier, but other than that it feels quite adequate. And finally coming to the ride quality part. Now यहाँ पर दो चीज़ें हैं. First of all, at lower speed, just like its performance, वहाँ भी आपको ride quality थोड़ी सी ज़्यादा stiff लगती है. So let's say if you're doing around 40-45 kilometers per hour and you encounter a speed breaker, you will need to again drop down your speed because it will pinch when you will be hovering over them. But get on the highway and get on with the speed again, and as and when you are speeding up, the car remains very much settled. There's no vertical or lateral movement which is going to bother you. Yes, it is there to an extent, but again nothing that will make you or the passengers unnerved, and it feels very comfortable. It takes all the undulations of the road in its stride, and it's only when you face a very bad rough patch or a steep speed breaker is when you'll need to drop down your speed. Other than that, it really feels very smooth and very comfortable. Even the ride quality, I love how it behaves on the highway, and I can really munch miles in the Jeep Compass. So as far as long distance commuting is concerned, I think the Jeep Compass as always is going to remain one of my top picks there. And yes, it's a front wheel drive SUV, no 4x4, so off-roading is something that we haven't tried. But yes, as far as broken roads or as far as dirt track is concerned, I think even the 4x2 Jeep Compass takes that in its stride quite well, because again it has got ample ground clearance, ample approach and departure angles, so आपको डर नहीं लगता that आपकी गाड़ी नीचे कहीं भिड़ेगी or it will scrape its belly. So again, you still have that confidence there. It's only that when it comes to situation where you need traction in all the four wheels is when you won't be very confident with this 4x2 Jeep Compass, because again, let's say if you're driving on black ice, or let's say if you are driving in slush, is when you need traction in all the four wheels. So all in all, I think the Jeep Compass remains a very friendly highway commuter and will keep you entertained behind the wheel as well when you're driving it out on the highway. And as far as your regular city commute is concerned, I think it will serve the purpose decently there as well. So yes, overall it is quite a decent package and feels robust and premium at the same time. So जैसा शुरुआत में बताया, even the cabin feels exactly the same as you see on the top end as 4x4 Jeep Compass. There's been no cost cutting except that you don't get 4x4 controls here on the central console, and it is loaded with all good features as well. So you have a 10.1 inch touchscreen infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and you connected car tech as well. You have got a 360-degree camera view. You have got a panoramic sunroof right here, ventilated seats, dual zone climate control, digital instrument cluster right here in front of me, and you have other features as well, like front seat, driver seat is powered with memory function, and you have got USB and Type-C charging ports, wireless charger right here, electric parking brake. You have got USB Type-C charging ports even at the rear AC vent. So in terms of features, I think again it scores pretty well. Also auto dimming mirror, and you have got defogged ORVMs on both the side as well. So yes, in terms of features, it is right up there. Also an Alpine premium sound system, but the cabin also feels quite up in terms of quality, because you have got ample soft touch upholstery on the dashboard, on the door pads, and it feels premium still. So yes, if it comes at a slight premium compared to its competition, आपको वो cabin के अंदर में, especially in terms of quality and styling, बिल्कुल दिखती है.
Ex-showroom prices for the Jeep Compass front-wheel drive automatic begin at 26,69,000 rupees for the Longitude variant and go up to 30,19,000 rupees for the top-end Model S trim. And it's also available in a sportier-looking black shark trim positioned below the Model S trim and is priced at 28,69,000 rupees.
So yes, the Jeep Compass 4x2 automatic is a couple of lakh more affordable than the Jeep Compass 4x4 automatic, लेकिन अपने competition से ये अभी भी premium है. And for that extra money, you get a car that feels very robust, very premium on the inside, is loaded with all the bells and whistles, and is one hell of a highway commuter. And if you are willing to pay that premium, I think the Jeep Compass 4x2 automatic, and if you don't need to go off-road, is the right fit for you.